Hey everyone, I'm back again with another video, and this one is titled, Is My Wife Cheating on Me? Please make sure you like the video and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell so you don't miss any of my future videos. Let's get right into it. Background. I've been with my wife for 8 years, married for 3. We have 2 kids, 1 and 6 years old, and as far as I'm concerned, everything was fine. She works in a network marketing, mainly female products and female doing the work like her, and spends a lot of time on her phone. Never had a problem with this in the past. I'm not the jealous type, and I've never questioned her actions in the past. We try to have a date night once a week, even if it's just us eating a meal together with the kids in bed. Wednesday should have been our date night this week. It changes as I do shift work. I should also be mentioning that my wife has a very good memory and doesn't forget stuff easily, is very organized, and likes to get things sorted ASAP. Problem. Tuesday afternoon, she went to sign a new person, female, which I'll call Anne, up to her business as this person lived in the same town. She had spoken to this person for maybe 2 weeks, but had never met her in person until that day. No problem, as I'll take care of the kids and she will be back before bedtime anyway. All was okay, and Wednesday comes around. I was out all day, which is slightly different as I'm normally out in the AM or PM, but not both. During the day, she texts me to ask if I mind her going to this new colleague's house for dinner that night, as this new colleague just got her a first order and wanted to celebrate and have dinner. I had no problem with this and agreed, but did mention we were supposed to have dinner that night. She had completely forgotten about this. Anyway, Wednesday night comes and she goes out and I get the kids to bed, have dinner, and then I get this horrible feeling in my gut, so bad I can't finish my dinner. Normally, when she has gone out, she will text and ask how the kids are, etc. But tonight, she didn't text until just after 10. She left about 7. She came home around 11, and it was a little off between us. The first thing she said was, "You didn't eat your dinner?" Not a question, but a statement. She said nothing of her night out, which is odd, as she will normally tell me about some of it, whether I'm interested in it or not. We said very little and went to bed almost straight away. She got in bed and immediately went on her phone. Not completely unusual, but not once did she ask how I was, or my day, or anything, which I thought strange, as we had barely even seen each other all day. Again, different to normal. I went to sleep, and the next morning it was playing on my mind. I dropped the oldest at school, and when I came back, just asked her out of the blue what happened last night. She said, "What do you mean?" I asked, "Who were you with? What did you do? What did you have to eat?" etc. etc. Her response was to break down in tears. She did tell me the name of the person, but immediately after saying a name, changed it to another and claimed it was because she had just been messaging the first name person. We didn't talk for the rest of the morning, and she acted like I had done something wrong and was angry at me. Afternoon, I tried to explain why I asked her that and all the things that were not normal. Like going to someone's house for dinner who you only met in person the day before. When she said they went through how the business works, I pointed out she had done that the day before. It was supposed to be our date night, which she had forgotten about. She had forgotten to take her keys with her to go back in. She didn't tell me anything about her night, not even what they had for dinner. Apparently, it was a takeaway. Not sure what type though, as it wasn't expanded on. We hadn't seen each other all day, and the first thing she said to me was that I didn't eat my dinner. Didn't really get anywhere, and it didn't seem as though she was trying to reassure me at all, which I mentioned. I didn't even know who she had met with by name. I left to go and collect the oldest from school, and when I came back, she showed me a WhatsApp of the person she said she had met. The chat was completely empty, by the way, just a name and picture. She was also a lot more reassuring that night and said multiple times that she hadn't slept with another man. We talked more that night and made things right between us. and then went to bed and had intercourse. I was working early the next morning, and something still didn't seem right in my head. There were still unanswered red flags. So, it being early, I looked through her phone at all the messaging apps she uses. I hate myself for doing it and regretted it as soon as I had done it. There were no messages from this girl she had supposedly met with. Nothing anywhere. I look in her team chat where her other colleagues are, and this new girl wasn't even in the group. I went to work feeling sick. We talked briefly on the phone that morning, and I told her what I had done, and she said she had deleted the messages from WhatsApp. She does get a lot, so it's not entirely impossible, and she says she deletes rather than archives them. I also said how if I saw the messages between them, it would put my mind at rest. Then, that afternoon, we went through it all again. I asked if she had messaged this girl again, but she hadn't, which I thought was odd, as it would have been an easy way to reassure me. We sat there and I asked her to start up a conversation, even just asking how this girl was. After all that, she is new to the business and will surely need help and advice to get going. This girl still hasn't replied as far as I'm aware, even while writing this. Anyway, her reaction to me asking her to message this girl was to start crying again, and seemed very reluctant to send even a harmless message to see if the girl was okay. We talked more, and I started to think that maybe I was imagining the whole thing and didn't want to ruin our otherwise good relationship, so agreed to let the whole thing go. That night, just before bed, she came out of the bathroom wearing a new outfit for bed, which she had bought that morning while I was at work, and we had intercourse again. Upset that I do trust her and that we move on from this. She has also said she wouldn't have had intercourse with me if she was seeing someone else, and is making a conscious effort to see if I'm okay or not. So, if you've read this far, am I imagining the whole thing and there's really nothing to it? Or was I right to question all of this? The other problem I have is now I'm starting to question a work retreat she was wanting to go on next month for 5 days in another country. I know the retreat is real, as I was asked if I wanted to go, but we couldn't find childcare, so couldn't go. Some advice, please. Edit. She's emotional, and bursting into tears isn't uncommon. Also, I haven't actually accused her of anything. All I have done is ask her what she did that night and with who. Thank you guys for watching. Please comment below and let me know if there's any other subreddits you guys would like me to make videos on, and also like the video and please subscribe.